Hi everyone, my name's Mariel. Welcome to my podcast. Hey everyone, this is the What Mariel Made podcast. I am a maker based out of Northern California where I live with my husband and our dog Wally. Thank you so much for being here. If you're new, welcome. And if you're watching again, thanks for coming on back. You can find me on Ravelry and Instagram, all at What Mariel Made. So follow me there if you want more real-time updates as to what I'm making. I think it'll be a pretty quick episode. I have one exciting little thing at the end. If you look at the chapters of this video, you can probably guess what that is, but I'll save that to the end. So yeah, let's get started. Let me just have some coffee real quick. It is the morning time. It is a Saturday morning when I'm recording this, so I definitely need my coffee. All right, so finished object, just one this week. I finished it last night, last night, and I've only blocked half of it because I wanted to check the fit of the top and then before I finished the full length. So it's a half blocked finished object, but it is the Kreuzberg Vest that I am gifting to my sister, one of my sisters, for her birthday. I'll put in a cutaway of what it looks like on me. We're similarly sized. She's just a bit taller than me, but I feel like our torsos are pretty similar size, so this will fit us fairly similarly. But yeah, let's get into the deets. So the Kreuzberg Vest is a pattern by the designer Rebecca Mouser, I think. And this pattern originally appears in the 52 Weeks of Easy Knits book by Lina Publishing. And I was able to buy this pattern just separately from the book, directly from Ravelry, which I am very grateful for. So it only sent me back like $7.35 USD, which is good. And I made the very first size. I think in hindsight, if I could change anything, I would go back and make the second size, only because I believe this will fit my sister like perfectly. I actually did like a midweek try on with her because our offices are only like a few minutes walk away from each other, so I made her come out for like an afternoon like coffee break, and we like met up and chatted a bit, but I made her try this on, so I'll put in the cutaway of that. But yeah, she tried this on and it fits her like a glove, but I think she still will enjoy the fit of this, but I think also making the size 2 next time would be perfect for more of like a layering piece, or like having that like ever so slightly oversized fit. So that is the size that I made, size 1, and I used the recommended needles I met gauge for this pattern, and the yarn is Cascade 220, the non-superwash 220, in the color Stratosphere, which is this really gorgeous, rich, vibrant, cobalty blue. It's really great. And I got 3 balls of this, 100 grams each. So I got 300 grams total, and I think I still have the leftover. And I'm still left with this, a much. I have a scale, handily have a scale right here. So let me just weigh this real quick and I'll tell you how much yarn I used total. All right, so I have about 52 grams of yarn left. So what does that leave me? 300 minus 52 is 248. So a little under 300 grams of yarn, which ended up being great. And it's definitely like a proper worsted weight yarn. Really love how this has knit up in general. It's very soft for being just like 100% wool. I really, really like this. And I know Cascade 220 is kind of like a cult classic, or like, it's a fan favorite. And so I'm definitely looking forward to working with this again. And so like the top half, you can kind of see the line right there. But yeah, the top half is blocked out, and it blocked out beautifully and smoothly. And then from this like line, this line down that's unblocked, just because I wanted to check the fit of the shoulders. So yeah, I am very excited to gift this to my sister. And yeah, and I'll post photos too later, probably on my Instagram once I gift it to her and she styles it how she wants to. So yay. That's the Kreuzberg Vest, again, by Rebecca Mouser. I wanted to quickly report back on those metal needles I was testing out. Do not recommend them. I don't know what it was about, like, I thought metal needles would be more slippery. Maybe it's like the gauge at which I was working at, but no, don't recommend those. I wish I had just gotten another pair of wooden Knit Picks needles or just wooden bamboo needles. But yeah, I feel like knitting on those metal ones did not help anything. If anything, I feel like it created more tension in my body, and like my right trap is like has been pretty tight the last few days, so I've taken a break from knitting like every other day. But yeah, I feel like wouldn't recommend. I didn't notice a great difference. If anything, I noticed a bad difference. So we'll try again next time. And that is my only finished object this week. And I only have technically one active work in progress right now. And then I have a new test knit that I got accepted into. So my one work in progress is still my other test knit that I'm working on, which is still the Tessikana sweater by Kirsten Michelle Knits. And this is what I've got so far. I'm so close to finishing the body. So I've already started making modifications. I don't know how kosher that is with test knits, but I'm kind of testing this out too, this concept that I have in mind. So the original pattern has the finishing edges on, you know, the neck, the body ribbing and the sleeve ribbing to just be like plain 2x2 rib, a certain length. I think that look is fine. It's a classic look, but I also wanted to kind of play with the finished look of what I did for, you know, what the pattern is like in like the cloud sweater and some other sweater patterns that I'm seeing nowadays, where there's like maybe 4 or 5 rounds of ribbing, and then you finish off with just like 4 rounds of stockinette, and it kind of creates like a curled edge, because that's basically how this collar is constructed, like the look of it. Like, yeah, a few rounds of like normal stockinette. I don't remember exactly, but I thought it could be cool to kind of mimic this finished edge at the body and the sleeves. So yeah, I'm kind of just like gonna do that because I don't know. I think that would kind of just be like a fun, slight, like subtle mod on this sweater. And I did shorten the length of this sweater a bit for myself just because I know that my torso is a little shorter. I'm only 5 feet tall, so I don't want a huge sweater to like engulf me. So, and I know this will block out a little bit too once it's all done. And I want it to be like a fairly oversized sweater. Not fairly oversized, but like not super form-fitting. So even with the sleeves, I think I'm only gonna do a portion of the recommended, or like the pattern's decreases, and then stop so I have a slightly more boxy sleeve, because I think that I just prefer that look on sweaters in general. So by next episode, I think I'll definitely have this done and I can show you what it looks like on. But yeah, this is going well. All the yarns that I'm using here, for the most part, everything except for this blue color that's here and then like dispersed through the color work, everything else is Pure Gint. This blue color is still Sandnes Garn yarn, but it's the Smart line. I'm gonna go into my one acquisition too, because this kind of works into what my next work in progress will be, which is a test knit for Isabella from 100 Acre Wool, I believe is her Instagram handle. And it is for a very cute like knit top called the Amoretta Blouse. and I'm definitely like entering my test knit era, but sometimes I'll apply to test knits and then forget I've applied to them. And then in this case, I forgot I applied, and I kind of, you know, sometimes I just apply thinking like they wouldn't, what are the chances that they're actually going to choose me to be a test knitter? Because I've applied to plenty of other test knits and just like haven't been chosen, which is fine. But I got selected, which was fun. And then I had to like remember what I had put in the form, like what my vision was for when I applied for that test knit, of like what the finished object I wanted to make would look like, or like what yarn I was going to use, even what size I had signed up for, because I can kind of fall between a few sizes based on the fit. So I am going to be testing the very first size, since I'm pretty petite and I do want more of a fitted top with more negative-ish ease. And the yarn I'm using is Knitting for Olive Cotton Merino. So this is my like one acquisition this week. And I'm excited to try this yarn out because I've never used Knitting for Olive. Obviously, it's like a very nice, high quality yarn, cruelty-free, high quality yarn. So I decided to treat myself and select this yarn to work with. And I've just heard good things about it. And yeah, it's like a light fingering weight yarn. The color is navy blue. It is 70% organic cotton, 30% extra fine merino. Yeah, and I'm just really stoked. And nowadays I usually order my yarn from Wool & Company. Same for the Cascade 220 for the vest I showed y'all. Just because they're local, they always have free US shipping, and like local as in like US local. And yeah, shipping always comes really fast too. Like if I order yarn, it usually at the start of the week, I feel like it's pretty common that I'll have it by the end of the week. So yeah, I have enjoyed ordering yarn from them. And yeah, so far this yarn feels very soft. I'm hoping that due to the mostly like 70% cotton nature of it, it won't be like super, super warm. And I think right now the version I'm going to try to make is the short sleeve version with the buttons. And I'm on the fence about, I do want to do like the crocheted scalloped, is it picot edge? Like the scalloped edge. I think I might just do it around the neck and then forego it on the sleeves and the bottom, but we'll see. I think I can kind of, it'll be a game time decision once I'm ready there. Once I'm ready and there making the top and ready to finish it. But yeah, that is my Amoretta blouse test knit plan. I am going to make a swatch probably later today just to see if I will hit gauge with the recommended needles. And yeah, we'll see. I've never knit, I think this is right, yeah. I've never knit like a garment in fingering weight yarn, so, well, I've knit my Cumulus blouse in lace weight held double, so maybe that kind of counts, but I still feel like this will be kind of a different experience of knitting, and I might have to have something else that's like a bit quicker and working up to cast on soon, which brings me into my exciting knitty announcement. So that's it for acquisitions. So my announcement is that I am hosting my first knit-along. Yeah, it'll be super chill, and I'm hosting it with my friend and fellow nitty person Erica from Erica Taylor Creative here on YouTube and on Instagram. And it was actually Erica's idea first, and she brought up the idea in one of her more recent videos of, I think she had just asked like the general viewers, like, what is like something that has always been like a dream knit for you, or like what is something that you've kind of always dreamt of making or always mean to make but you've never really gotten around to it for whatever reason. And that thought, I had like responded to that question as a comment in her video, and based on that she was like, hey, do you want to do like a knit along and like have it be dream knit themed? So, and I was like, yes, that sounds great. Also, yeah, like I'm always in need of motivation to make stuff, especially the things that I've always wanted to make that are just like sitting in my queue. So the cowl is going to be called the Wooliest Dreams cowl. It is a play on like your wildest dreams, your wooliest dreams. And so, yeah, that will be the hashtag Wooliest Dreams cowl. And it is going to run through the end of October. So all you need to do to like be in the cowl is of course like start your dream knit. You do not have to finish it at all. And use the hashtag Wooliest Dreams cowl in a post on Instagram. Make sure that hashtag is there so we can see it. And then please make sure you're following both me and Erica on Instagram. So I'll include all of our details in the description, and that'll be it. And we will randomly select one of the posts from at the end of October, and the winner will get a currently undefined, exciting knitty themed prize. So yeah, I think it'll be really fun. It'll be super casual, and hopefully it's just like good motivation if you need it to make something a little more exciting or make something you've always been meaning to do. I have a couple ideas in my head brewing right now, so I'm gonna kind of look in my yarn stash, see what's like realistic, because I would ideally also like to work from my stash instead of buying new yarn. And one of those ideas is the Stella Quilt Cushion by Laura Penrose. So I just will have to look. I have plenty of sock yarn, or like fingering weight yarn that I can look at. So I think I'm just gonna kind of dig around, start putting together potential color combinations, and yeah, do that. The other idea was to start the book club cardigan, which I've been like meaning to do, meaning to make, just like hasn't fully worked out. It just seems like way more of a commitment, but also like it is a dream knit. I would love to have that dream like cabled cardigan. Or the Moby sweater. But that one isn't as like exciting, but it is like a staple dream knit that I do want to have for myself in like a lighter color. So maybe I'll do that too. So yeah, I don't know. Stay tuned. And that's it for all the like knitty content that I have to talk about. I do intend to set up my e-spinner. I feel like I've neglected my spinning brain for a while, but yeah, there's just been like a lot of things going on. Yeah, there's been a lot of things going on, but I'm hoping to get my e-spinner set up soon and dig into some of that stuff too. So that's it for all the yarny talk. I do have some like some like random miscellaneous favorites. This episode's random food favorite or drink favorite is lemonade. Lemonade, y'all. Wild. But specifically, having lemonade on hand to make Arnold Palmer's and like to sweeten up your beer. A beer. Maybe like a shandy vibe. I don't particularly know exactly what a shandy is. Let me look this up. Shandy. Okay, technically not a shandy because Google says a shandy is a beer cocktail usually made of equal parts beer and citrusy lemon lime soda. So not a shandy, but oh, maybe a radler? Let's see. A radler was originally 2 parts beer and 1 part lemonade or lemon lime soda. Okay, so more of a radler. But yeah, lemonade. So yeah, during the week when I'm like during the day, during like a work day, when I'm working from home, I'm not looking to get, have alcohol just yet. So at that like mid-afternoon slump when I usually might like want to get like a matcha or like have like a decaf coffee or something like that, I've been subbing it in for an Arnold Palmer. Oh, and it's so good, especially, it's still pretty warm outside, so yeah, just like a nice little sweet Arnold Palmer with like a little bit of like caffeine from the black tea. So good, and they're so easy to make. And yeah, the same goes for when I'm ready for, I'm not like the biggest beer gal, but yeah, if I just put a little bit of, maybe like 1/3 lemonade to 2/3 beer in a cup, it's good. Lately I did it, I think most recently I did it with like a fat tire ale that my husband had, so recommend that if you haven't tried it, Radler. And yeah, that is my food drink favorite this lately. And then I have two other random like media favorites. One is a mostly knitting podcast. I just found them yesterday. They're called Sibling Energy. And I can just tell like the branding is on point. It's like genuinely more of like an actual like chatty podcast. I feel like, you know, knitting podcasts, we call these podcasts, but like they're not, you know, it's like stretching the word podcast a bit. So yeah, the Sibling Energy podcast is actually really, really fun. The people doing it seem like really fun, likable people, and I'm probably just gonna like binge most of their channel later, like throughout this week. And then the other thing I've been watching or started recently is I have a group at work that we talk through we talk through reality TV. And we have a Slack channel dedicated towards it, and we just talk. We'll have like a thread for all the different like seasons of whatever show. And so lately we've been watching Love is Blind UK because Love is Blind USA, you know, they just wrapped up a season, so we're waiting for the next one. And the Love is Blind UK season, I think it's the first one in the UK. It's not disappointing. It's pretty fun. Got a lot of characters there. So yeah, watching that. Not really reading anything right now. So yeah, those are my random favorites. And I think that's it, y'all. Yeah, looking around, I think that's it. Please, as always, let me know what you're making, what you're thinking of making. If you're thinking about joining the Cal, what would be your dream knit? Or like, what are you thinking of making if you don't even have to participate, but yeah, just like what would you make? What is one of your dream knits? I'm curious. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.